Oh, I'm glad y'all remembered a few of these. Hadn't got to do this a whole lot in the last couple of years because everything shut down, and we were shut down for about 34 weeks and didn't play any shows. And I think one of the last shows that I did was right out here, and they were just building all this out here in the back. And isn't this a beautiful venue? This is one of my all-time favorite places in the world to play, and I've played lots of places. But this is one of the coolest ever, I got to tell you. As I mentioned, I did go on the road with Tom T at 15. There was something that started that. I just recorded a record at that time. And, well, I didn't get the record till I was out with Tom T. But we were sitting on the bus one evening, and a guy came up, and he said, his name was Howard Walker. He said, boy, he said, you from down around Beaumont, that area? I said, yes, sir. He said, that's kind of George Jones country there, ain't it? I said, yeah. He said, I wrote a song about that. He said, I'm going to give you my 45 of it. And he said, you take it and do what you want with it. So we went home and played it, and it was a waltz. And I thought, I can't cut this that way. That ain't going to work. So I took it over to a producer friend of mine, and we worked it out. And it's funny how things happen. You know, when you're 15 years old, you don't know a whole lot about love and drinking, and sang a lot about it, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. And you cut a song, and then years later it comes to fruition that, goodness gracious, they should have wrote this about me. And that's how this one happened. This was my very first record. It's called George Jones, Jack Daniels, and Me. I'm never far from a bar, but that's where I want to be, with my old friends, George Jones, Jack Daniels, and me. Now George, he's on the jukebox and he sings the way I feel. Jack, he's in the bottle and he helps my hurt to heal. 'Cause my woman, she's gone, she just had to be free. It's George Jones, Jack Daniels, and me. George Jones and Jack Daniels, hey, they never let me down. And I know they're both waiting at every bar in this town. And my old friends, they help me in times of misery. It's George Jones, Jack Daniels, and me. It's George Jones, Jack Daniels, and me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So that shows you a little bit about kind of the music I've grown up with all of my life. My parents were a huge music fans, so I got to hear a little bit of everything. Our house was always full of music. My dad was a big band fan, so I listened to Tommy Dorsey and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, all those guys growing up. He also loved Marty Robbins, so that's where my love for Marty Robbins came from. My mother, on the other hand, also liked country music, but she was kind of the more pop end. She liked Charlie Rich and those guys, so that's where my musical background lies. So song inspirations come from a whole lot of different places. And this one here I wrote with a buddy of mine. And we were trying to be songwriters. We were playing over at Cowboys in Lake Charles and had a bunch of places we were playing, and we'd get off. And y'all remember the Gary's coffee shops that were in this area for a long time? There was one on Interstate 10 in Orange, and one in Bridge City, and one in Vidor. And you never knew what you were going to see in Gary's, ever. We popped in there going to work one evening, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were having a wedding. And I was like, what the hell? That was in Vidor. So anyway, we were trying to write a song, and it was after one of these shows. We had stopped off to get take care of all that alcohol we drank and get something to eat, and drinking some coffee and eat a piece of pie. And I said, you know what? We need to write a song about the girl of our dreams. We just need to find what every man's looking for. The girl of his dreams. Shit. No. Anyway, so we started running ideas back and forth, and it was like, no, that just... So we're looking around, and the waitresses there, if you remember the waitresses, they were... They had some of the ugliest, whoever picked out that, I hope there ain't nobody here who used to wear Gary's, but y'all had the ugliest damn uniforms. It was a brown skirt and a pink shirt, and I'm like, who put this crap together? Anyway, this girl that we wrote this song about, she must have been called in because she wasn't wearing them uniform kind of things, but she came over and she said, hi, can I help you boys? And I looked up and all these teeth were missing. And I said, yeah, we told her what we wanted to eat. And so she walked off. I said, that's her right there. That's the one. That's the one you got to marry because ain't nobody messing with her. And so we wrote a song about her. So the way that I describe her here is exactly the way she was dressed. And you never know where a song's going to come from. This one's called, guess what? The Girl of My Dreams. Oh, I got to tell you a story about this one too. Now we wrote this, and I thought, man, this would be a great song for John Anderson to sing, just because he had swinging some of that crazy stuff, And I thought, man, we got to pitch this to John. So we did. Never heard nothing back. But boy, I wished he'd have cut it, because I'd be rich. But just see what you think. I spent too much of my life mistaking love for lust, having any arms that would hold me. On any given night, some girl's arms around me tight. No rings or chains could ever control me. And time again, I always wondered when am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? She'll have pink tennis shoes and green hair ribbon, look good in her faded jeans. She'll fix me chicken fried steaks with white cream gravy, give a good back rub and let me be lazy. When am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? I'm getting older now, time keeps dragging on. Life's good, just still something missing. If I could only find the way I see her in my mind, I know we'd already be kissing. So where is she tonight? When will I find Miss Right? When am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? She'll have pink tennis shoes and green hair ribbon, look good in her faded jeans. Steaks with white cream gravy, give a good back rub and let me be lazy. When am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? Now if John had cut it, he might sound like this. When am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? She'll have pink and shoes and green hair ribbon, in her faded jeans. She'll fix me chicken fried steaks and white cream gravy, give a good back rub, let me be lazy. When am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? Can you tell me when am I gonna meet the girl of my dreams? Boy, I'd be rich. Didn't happen.